Hello and welcome to another episode of Bare Bones Wargaming, a show with no bells, no whistles, no frills, just a man, a camera, and his game. Today, live from the white table, while my guitar gently weeps, we have Ostkrieg, which literally was just released yesterday, literally landed on my doorstep about 15 minutes ago, from Compass Games, designed by Mitchell Ledford and Greg Smith. Now, this game is a companion game, if you will, or a sister game in terms of system, with, of course, Pacific Tide, which came out about a year ago. And, of course, I did some videos on that, if you recall. So, let's dig into the box, find out what's inside. I'm kind of curious, because the box feels a little heavy, so that's intriguing. So let's see. And the reason I'm saying that is because Pragmatic War had a mounted map. I don't know if this does. I didn't look, but you can see there the iconic rolling through the endless steppes there. And then, of course, upside down on the back. But then, of course, you can see also there the back of the box. You're placed in command of an 1,800-mile front. Whew. Ain't that the truth? Okay. All right. So let's take a look at this typical. I mean, this is typical format for a Compass Games box, which is nothing wrong with that. Whoops. There goes my handy dandy tweezers. So here we go. And let's see. Let's see if this is going to work. There we go. It's working. There we go. Whoops. I'm sure that slid out of camera shot. Ooh. Sorry about that. I had to pull that to get it done there. Okay. So, let's take a look inside. What do we got? Let's see. Let's see what we have inside. Alright. So, of course, we got our lid. As Dan would say, lid in the box. We've got nice printed catalog. Okay. We've got a deck of cards, which we'll open here in a minute. And we got a boatload of dice. Big dice, too. Okay, not those little guys. These are the big dice. These are the big boys, so to speak. Alright, let's set the deck of cards aside for a minute. And let's go ahead and we'll take a look at the map and the rule book and all that. Then I'll open the cards at the end. Okay, so rule book here. Let's take a look. What do we got for the rule book? Nice color. Okay, most rule books today, I mean, I think we all would expect to be color with the advances and stuff. One thing I'll be curious to see about this rule book is it better written than the Pacific Tide one? Because the Pacific Tide one, even myself, I posted quite a few questions and such before I actually did my videos and things, because it was wasn't Hitler's Reich bad, but it was kind of tough slogging. So let's take a look here. Alright, so nice, we got everybody outlined here. Once again, strength point, just like Pacific Tide. We got the setup, gameplay, year start. Okay, so it looks like you can start any years. It says in 41 and 42, or maybe that's just for, you know, whatever. Now this is very big again. This is very much like Pacific Tide, as you can see. You know, nice big print. Not a whole lot of rules here, it looks like. Okay, there's a nice detailed combat example here. Okay, year end, and boom, that's it. Wow, so that was what? 11 pages of rules. That's it. Okay, and then we have a play example. This is nice. This goes on for a couple of pages here. Very good. Okay. All right. Excellent. Yes. Wow. I don't even like The Simpsons. Okay. Wow, this is very detailed. This started on page 12, and this is still going. So this runs from page 12 to page 19. So a 7-page example of play. Huh. Very cool. And let's see what's at the end here. It feels like there's another page here. My big fingers, I always have trouble getting pages to split when you start to get towards the end. But yeah, see, you can see there's another page or two. At least one. There we go. Okay, solitaire play aid. Alright. Oh, interesting. Determine the bot type for the year. Huh. Okay. Well, I think actually Pacific Tide, I think, was like that too. Or maybe it was more about the personality and less about the year. There's still one more page, so bear with me here. Okay, all suggested reading. Excellent. Cool. Alright. And as I'm looking at most of this suggested reading, I either own or have already read these. So, which, I mean, you know, should come as no surprise to anybody. Okay, so it looks like a very nice rule book, and there's an index. Excellent. Always good to see. Always should exist nowadays. Let's see what's next inside the box. Here, let me flip this out here. Alright. So we got the player aid card that we've got. Number of dice that you roll depending on the year and what's involved. Additional dice, loss modifiers. Okay. Other side, national restrictions, because of course you know the remains of the Hungarians could not stand each other. And the Finns were enthusiastic about reclaiming their land they lost to the Soviet Union, but that was about it. So, alright. And you got your sequence of play. Very cool. Alright. Good player aid card there. Here's the solitaire aid. Okay, and again, it's similar to Pacific Tide. You've got your aggressive, your balanced, your defensive, depending on what it is. Card play priority, that's just like Pacific Tide. Very cool. Annual priorities, interesting. Okay, so there's, okay. I don't remember that being part of Pacific Tide, but honestly, I haven't touched that since last year, to be quite frank and honest about it. I don't know what that means for this, but we'll see. And then triggers. Interesting. Okay. And then solitaire handicap. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Alright. I like it. I like it. I like the card. I like the way it looks. Let's see. Let's do counters next, and we'll save the map and cards for last. So here are the counters. And, oh, sorry. There's another player aid card. Looks like the identical. Yep, identical to what we just looked at a little bit ago. So one for each player if you're playing that way. Okay, now here's the counters, and again, it is like Pacific Tide. There's strength points. There's not a whole lot. There are airplane counters, which is good. That'll be interesting to see how they do that. Okay, the flags are nice and easy to see. Here, I'll zoom in real quick. Let you see. Okay, so the flags are nice and easy to see, to identify what we've going on, what we've got, what we've... Hold on, I'm looking at these German ones for a second. Let me bring them up to you, too. Let me let this refocus. Is that? That looks like... Huh. I can't tell. Huh. Interesting. I was looking for the swastika, to be honest. What's on the back? It's the... Okay, it's the... yeah. It's the Balkan Cruise, I believe is how you pronounce that. Okay. Alright, so that's the counter sheet. Only one counter sheet again. Which, I mean, you know... You don't necessarily need a billion counters to have a good game. The older I get, less is more, quite frankly. Alright, now, let me grab the cards here. Grab my tweezers that I'll use to open that up, and let's take a look at the map. Very small map again, much like Pacific Tide. Point-to-point map for movement. Okay. Alrighty. Go. I got all the major cities: Minsk, Smolensk, Kiev, Kharkov, Rostov, Stalingrad, of course, naturally. Okay, and you got your key down here, and then production track over there. Okay, alrighty. And solitaire personality, a box for that too. Alright, I mean, it's basically standard, very much like Pacific Tide, except obviously there's more boxes because this is a land one. Interesting, Turkey is included. Huh. Wonder if there's a card in the deck. I don't know. That's interesting. You usually don't see Turkey quite so active. Sometimes there's an option and a variant from some of the other games I've seen, but usually not. I'm just curious because of the number of boxes, I guess, is what I'm getting at here. Is I'm very intrigued by how many boxes they put in Turkey. Interesting. But contrast that with Finland. There's hardly any Finnish boxes at all. Interesting. Of course, and again, that side of Finland, the eastern end and stuff, is kind of sparse. There's a word for it. sparse. Alright, let's take a look here at the, to quote the young lady from Dr. No, cards. Alright, here we go. Let's take a look here. Fold this up. Alright, so here we go. Major Blitz gives you the year, personality, the cost. So again, this is very much like Pacific Tide for those of you who played that before. Okay. So, oh, this is kind of, I like this. There's a Blitz card for Guderian, von Manstein, Hoth. That's cool. I like the personality bit. Now I'll zoom down a little bit. There we go. Some other German cards here. You got Luftwaffe. Air builds. U-boats. Raggy. Okay. I mean, I know about the Baltic Sea and all, but I guess, you know, I just don't really think about... Oh, there's reserve cards for every nationality, too. So there's the Finnish one as well. Alright. Defense in depth, probably for later on when you need that. Mobile defense. Jet aircraft. Huh. Okay. So there are the cards of the mighty German Wehrmacht. Alright. Now, Soviet Union. We have Moscow reserves. Da. Siberian reserves. Da. Ukraine reserves. Da. Got rail, redeployment, disorganized Rasputista. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Factory worker, summer offensive, NKVD support, such as it is. Don't turn around or I'll shoot you. Well, I guess that's some support, right? Ah, T-34. Very cool. Partisans, major offensive. I'm looking to see if there's any, like, Zhukov. Now that's interesting. Yugoslav partisans. Huh. Interesting. Ah, there's a card for Soviet deep battle. Well, here, let me slide the Moscow reserves out. Put that one in there. So there's a card for Soviet deep battle. Romanian defection, saturation bomber. Okay. Alright, the cards are nice. They appear to be on pretty good card stock, but let's test them here in a second. Of course, I usually sleeve all mine nowadays because, quite frankly, I'll be honest, getting older, it's much easier for me to shuffle when they're sleeved. But let's see. Let's see if they're... See what the quality of the cards here is. I always say you can tell the quality of cards by how they shuffle. So let's find out. And that went together pretty easy. Sounded pretty good too. Try one more. Yeah, pretty good. Okay. So there you have it. There is what we have inside the box for Compass Games' latest release. Here. Come back out. Ostkrieg. Now, of course, I'll try to get this to the table soon and try to get a playthrough and everything for everybody to show you. Because I know some people, I'll be blunt, I know some people are a little iffy right now about the game because of the Pacific Tide and what people found there, shall we say. So I'll try to get a playthrough soon. To be honest, right now I'm working on, well, hold on, I'll show you. I am currently doing a playthrough, although it would be very easy to go back to this game. I've been currently doing a playthrough, working on the rules, my clunker play of Great Pacific War, Plan Orange, which has scenarios for the 1930s and 1920s. So I've been working on that because, as you guys know, the Pacific Theater is my other great interest. So, I'll read the rule book. As you can see from the rule book, it's not going to take very long to read it and get everything rolling here. And then I'll give this a shot. And like I said, I'll go ahead and post a playthrough so you all can see it in action, and then you all can make you know, decisions based on what you see there. Hopefully it'll be of help to folks as they do that. Okay. So, next time it probably will be Ostkrieg here. I probably will put Pacific War aside, simply because, like I said, Pacific War, just to give you an idea, it's based on the RDR system, the Red Dragon Rising system, which, for Red Dragon Rising and Green Crescent, yes. For Norway 1940, basically because you were trying to take a strategic system and graft it onto an operational system, in my opinion, and, you know, all your dreams, down the drain. So that's for you Rounders fans. But this is strategic, and this is actually working very well. I really have enjoyed my play of this so far, and I'll be honest, the strategies are very wide open for Japan. There's a lot of options you can do, which I think is very cool. And of course, it will take the U.S. time to build up and get ready to roll. So, you know, yeah. So historically, it's kind of matching things too. I was able to force, just to give you a quick idea here, I was able to force a gigantic, about 10 ships on a side, or 10 counters, because some of the ships represent more than one, like cruiser and stuff. But I was able to represent a huge, or put together a huge 10-ship battle. Admiral Mahan would have been, or sorry, Captain Mahan would have been impressed with me. He that was exactly what he would have advocated: a huge fleet battle. Find the enemy's fleet, sink that sucker. So I had a huge battle between the Japanese and the U.S. off the coast of Guam, and it was epic, and it was very cool. Interestingly enough, even though the Japanese won, they're in trouble, which, you know, again, that's the historical aspect of things. So anyway, there you go, Ostkrieg out of the box. And again, hopefully in the next week or so, I'll be able to get a playthrough posted for y'all. So, this is Tim Korchnite from Bare Bones Wargaming, saying thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, of course, from the bad side of old Mother Russia. Thanks for watching.